Hello, so this time we have a very peaceful game played on IGS between 7Q players, and white won by a comfortable margin of 19.5. In fact, it could have been 20.5 because T15 is not necessary. So if white plays away, pass or just fill a neutral point, when black cuts, white captures right away, and if black goes down, white connects, nothing happens. And this attire here, it's also not going to damage white much. Well, let's check it from the beginning. So black starts with a Hoshi and a Komoku. Of course, black can go for the diagonal Fuseki in this case, another Hoshi or a 3-4, because white kind of invited this to happen. So if black is an aggressive player and wants to go for a fight immediately, then he can choose a diagonal Fuseki pattern, but he went for the parallel again instead. Well, now here we have two facing Komokus on the bottom side, so it's a better idea for black to approach one of the corners right away in order to prevent a Shimari. It feels kind of symmetrical, and usually in symmetrical position one plays in the middle, but this way will give white the choice whether to attack from the left or from the right. Now white is a little bit aggressive with this move. It's good enough to play a Shimari, then when black approaches the corner, white will simply protect, kick once to get stronger in the corner, and play away to prevent the top left Shimari. Anyway, it's okay to play h3 in general, and then it's also very good to play e4. Otherwise, it's nice for black to attack at that spot, because already white got the Shimari and a nice extension, and even if black approaches the corner, white can kick and extend. Oops, that's a mistake. I mean r6. So in this case, white got both corners pretty solid. So Shimari, which is also normal because it puts pressure on the two tiny stones, and then black invades right away. That's a good idea actually. If black simply comes out, white will take the Shimari, and now white got both Shimaris on the bottom side, which looks ideal. So prevent that happening. Now here, white can consider going out, because it's difficult for black to make a base. So if black tries c3, then pull back, now he's supposed to extend h3, but it's occupied. So in this case, black is forced to go out. But white will peep, make black heavy, and then jump along. So now the two stones are still thin, and the group is heavy and must run in the center. So this fight can go quite okay for white. Another option for white is to play Keima. Then pretty much the same thing will happen if attach in the corner and pull back. Now black is on the run. And when black plays a move like f3 trying to connect, white will go out with Kosumi to keep the stones separated. Otherwise, when white jumps, black can still use h2 and connect up or down. So this way, black ends up heavy and both groups are on the run. And for white, it's quite easy to fight like that in a flexible formation. So white decided to play e3. That's also a pretty fine move, because now it's difficult for black to extend. Han, it's okay, pull back, then connect. But in this case, white doesn't have to finish the Joseki, because black can just cover or play Kosumi, like it happened in the actual game. So now it's very difficult to use h3. Well, it still keeps Amaji, but it looks like white lost the stone, so white didn't profit much from playing h3. So in this case, white should go out j4. Usually for black to punish white for not finishing the Joseki on the left side, black should play a move like c5. Then white Hane, cover a d4, threatening the cut and capture the two stones in the corner. So white connects, black goes out, white pushes once, black no or jump, and then white can continue on the bottom side and go out in the center. So this way, it's quite difficult for black to use his influence towards the center, and also the tiny group is still on the run, so black needs to come out. And overall, white kept the territory in the corner. Now the group in the center, it's one step ahead of the bottom group. Everything is fine. Let's go back to the original game. So black played the Kosumi to swallow this h3. Anyway, h3 can still go out, cross-cut, and cause some troubles later, but for now, white is sente, so good decision to attack the top left corner. Black extends low to space jump low. In fact, when this happens, white has a Joseki starting from the shoulder hit, then attaching the corner in the Sansan, and then Kosumitsuke or hanging connection on the fourth line in order to separate at C15. So black usually will connect here. If black plays Atari, then Atari and Atari again will go down. And this will be a nice trade for white. So the Joseki goes like this. Black connects, white descends or extends all the way to J17. And if black plays Atari, white will block and fight the call. Playing H17, black can kick, white needs to go up, and white became a little bit over concentrated, then black can just play away. Either extend on the right side or extend in the top in order to put some pressure on the 3 stones. Oh, black invested another move to get rid of the Agi on the bottom. Maybe black invested H4 to get rid of the H3 Agi. So if black plays a big point like R10 and white comes out, then maybe goes down H2, black can play G2 and take away the liberties. So when cut back, Atari go out, and on this attach, black has to pay attention because if black blocks, white will escape with Atari. Now this capture can happen, or just take 1 stone and fly out in the center. So here black has to Nobi, then white plays Atari, connect, but white doesn't have enough liberties. Even if white comes out in the center like this and then connects to the cornerstones, black still has enough liberties to win the semi with the bottom group. Black can play this Hane or just play away and it's fine. So now the white stones are surrounded and killed. But because black wasn't so confident with his reading, he just added another move to make sure white doesn't go out. And he lost tempo, which is nice for white. So white is just going for a big point. Very, very nice. Alright, then extend back to Q10. This is an ideal shape. So black should actually consider some pincer, either Q10 or a tight one like R12. Now if white goes in the corner, let's say we play the most basic Joseki here, black just extends again, and this will limit the potential of R4 to develop to the right side. Now of course white can try double approach high or double approach low, but even if some double Kakari happens, black has a solid formation on the right side and also keeps center. So in this case a kick here and then extend all the way to attack the Shimari. Then white comes out and black can extend back on the right. So now black has all this potential on the right side compared to the game where white extended and got the nice ideal shape with Q10. This looks excellent with the Shimari at R4. So black invades right away. It's pretty desperate. Normally the invasion point here for black should be R12. Playing a move like R7, the only option for black here is to run into the middle. So when white takes the base at R9, black is forced to jump out. So black doesn't give himself too many options. Of course, white is not going to cap and allow black get the base in a few moves on the side. This would be very comfortable for black to make ice. So it's very good to play R9, take away the base and take care of the R12 area. Now black goes out, white invades the corner, that's fine. Oh, that's so conservative. Black should always push R16. Then when white Hane, black can choose the turn, Atari and extend. So this way white will end up on the third line, on the second line, sorry, which is low. And black can also think about cutting all the way. Allow white take away the corner, then Hane, and like this, all of a sudden the 2 stones which were very strong earlier, they start to become a target. And if white pulls back here, black keeps the pressure and then cap and attacks everything. So here black was a little bit chicken, and black should Nobi again, because this creates a cutting point, so white will double up or go up or go down, but either way these are center moves for black, and then black can extend further because now he got a stronger wall. Well, he did it anyway, but if white plays the tiger mount at Q15, it becomes very big on the right side, and then it's easier to invade m17, so black needs another move. Yeah, this attach is big too. Black never took advantage of the top formation. Now here, the key point is to play d16 most of the times. Then black pulls back and white goes down. If black plays Atari, this is the kind of situation where white counter Atari and then Atari again and then connect. Either a solid connection or a hanging connection, but the point is, if this happens, c13 stone is hurt. So black may scoop out the corner like that, but white has a tremendous outside thickness. Playing just Nobi or Sakari descent in this case, black can also Nobi, and the position is not too bad. So when white extends on the left side, black can play moves like this in Sente, and the group is quite fine. Now continue on the right side, then threaten the invasion and expand the Moyo in the middle. So black played the K1 to connect his area and actually put some pressure on the R4 Shimari. And here white decided to defend with O2, but actually it's more interesting to play a move like S5, because this prevents the invasions in the corner and also prepares a connection under. So later in the game, white has this kind of move to connect. But after playing this Kosumi, black blocked, white played another move. It's still okay to play the other Kosumi. If black comes inside Q2, white can resist. This will happen. And now with Kosumitsuke, white is connected and black will probably block, but the corner dies. So locally, the corner dies even if white plays away. But to make sure there are no surprises, to build a big eye in the corner, white can push and cut and create a tombstone formation. And in the end, this is just one eye. Actually, white doesn't even need those moves right away. Still good to play away. And there are plenty of liberties to win the semi. This Q2 just feels too conservative. That's why I said this is an extremely peaceful game. So white jumps out. This is the kind of move that white wants to play to reduce the Moyo. But in fact, it's more practical to play a move like C8, because it gives some territory on the left side. Then even if black jumps in the middle, there are ways to attack the group on the left. This is a nice Tsuji. Then when black comes out, white Hane, push and Hane again, then scoop out that territory. So there's a follow-up from the one spade jump on the left side. Also, a way to come into the middle should be O-gamer, because even if black cuts here, oh, misclick, Atari from this side, then Nobi, then jump out. So white can live in the center and reduce all that potential. This is more like a neutral point. Yeah, the Nobi is pretty big. White can think about D14, then attach to play those moves instantly and keep black low on the left side, and then shoulder hit like this and jump back in order to be active on the left side. So this kind of jump seems a little bit passive. The Nobi was good. B18 probably not so urgent, but it's big. It keeps the white black connected. Black doesn't need to connect. Black should play other moves like Nobi here, threatening the cuts, and then jump again in the center to increase the middle. If white captures one stone on the left side, which is Gote, black will play another move. So black can grow a lot this area for losing one stone in the top left corner. The connection is just too small. So jump again. Step by step, the middle goes away. In fact, I still like moves like going faster or gamer, which is hard to, it's a flexible move, it's hard to be separated and killed, and it destroys more of the potential. So it just goes faster into the middle. Or for example, play a shoulder hit, then attach, and then jump in the center. So white stones can kind of connect. This jump wants to reduce territory, but more interesting to play a two-spade jump. Go deeper into the middle. Like that, black can still answer, which he did. White pushes, black Nobi, so black encloses this area. This jump is nice, but the tiger mount is the move that black should play in center earlier, so I can take it right away. Now with this move, black can attach, white needs to answer, wedge, Atari, connect, and white has to protect again. And here, black can play the pressing move and jump out to prevent the invasion in the top. So black wants to reduce the territory from this area. Good invasion point. This can take black by surprise. The attach under is still safer, but white will profit taking away the territory, then black needs to connect in the middle. Like this, it's even better for white. Yeah, very good to connect under. And here I can also think m18. Anyway, it's fine to play j17, it's important to stay connected. Then black came back to protect his stones too. It's actually centered to bump. Black has to go up. And then push in the center, Hane, Atari, and Kosumi to stay connected. Because black is already separated in the top. Alright. Nice. White should continue the fight here. Atari, then connect. If black separates, white can connect like this. When black jumps, no B, sorry. Then white jumps, then connect, and now the top group is surrounded. This move is still nice, threatening to take the tail and then surround everything. Black can live like this, but it's extremely painful. Two eyes, painted two eyes. So I should continue the fight in the middle. Atari and keep black separated. Now black is connected, and actually white lost some liberties, which means black can use the no still switch at p14. Now here it's a bit safer for black to connect with a hanging connection and sacrifice one stone in order to make nice shape in the middle. Alright, jump in the center, black connects. Usually on this kind of connection it's good to play a peep, so when black links, he's got an empty triangle. Finally, the big spot, which is a nice endgame move. In fact, if you think about the territory, white looks okay, because this area in the top right became like 20-25 points, here about 15, in this corner maybe close to 20, and in the top more than 10 for sure, about 15, so 35. This is almost 30. Okay, let's say 25 plus 15, 40, 75 points, and Komi. Close to 80 points. This should be an easy win for white. And actually it was. Now black should play a bit more aggressive. Hane, white pulls back, black goes up. If white goes up, black will bump, white defends, and now black is center. Just Nobi, it's Gote, it's fine, but then white doesn't always go back to d9, which is the proper move. Going ahead, black can make the tiger mount, which is a nice key point, and then white needs to defend again. Black pushed. After the push, it's good to play the Hane. Of course, white will block, then Atari once, and then block with the tiger mount, because now the three stones lost some liberty, so white has to jump again. Nice. And black even answered. Alright. White jumps, makes a little box in the middle. Oh no. Here always block. Black needs to connect and then connect solid. Sometimes it's good to connect b6 for I shape. Sometimes it's okay to connect c7 so black doesn't come from the center, but here it's not the case. Most of the time it's okay to connect solid to leave no quadrants. But playing the double up, this leaves white black another attach, so white will just lose more points. Instead of blocking a7, b7, white lost 3 more points. So let's go back here. I thought it's fine, because even if black cuts, white can capture the stone, and then when black blocks, white will connect. This is all white has to read before blocking, whether it works to cut for black or not, but it was fine. So white accepted to lose two more stones, 2 more points, and connecting solid leaves less quadrants. It can be important for later. Kosumi, Hane connect. Yeah, this is also elegant and looks artistic, but why should connect solid again? Because this group on the right side doesn't have eye problems. Only when you need eye shape, you need a move like S11. Otherwise it looks good, but it leaves threats. Yeah, not a bad decision to play away because the capture at S18 it's only worth like 5 points. Usually white connects here like this or the hanging connection, depending on the situation. Back to the original game. So came out here to reinforce the corner, pull back, it was to block, and when black goes down to capture the stone, white can descend here. Anyway, it's a matter of 1 or 2 extra points. Black captures the 5 points stone in the corner. This is fine. Black got Gote here. Now it's very big for white to play Hane f2 and connect. If black plays away in the center, white will link at h2 and take away all these points. So usually black will just add another move to make sure he keeps the capture, and then white can take some move in the center. This is a better way to reduce more points in the middle. So Hane, yeah, the Hane is better, and then the bump. But anyway, there's not much for black to do to come back in this game. So this just proceeds normally. Yeah, black got the big point, and it's good for white to block. Otherwise, black has a monkey jump. And after the block, Hane becomes center right away. Hane, connect, and black needs to play again. This block is good too. Yeah, the Hane is center, very nice. And then jump in the middle to reduce more points. White can get ahead. Nothing happens if black plays the Hane. White will cut and then push again to capture the stones. But white is keeping it safe, which is also good. This move is not necessary, push again. If black cuts, Atari and capture. If black cuts here and goes down, nothing happens. White can play away. And only when black blocks like this, white will capture. So playing a move to defend in advance, it's always minus. If a push here, or let's say white just plays away and black turns, now white can connect at m18 to make sure that stone doesn't die. But actually, it's better to get inside. That shows more fighting spirit. Those are good moves. Black should block to make a couple of extra points. And now, not much to do. Both for white and black. There are only 1-2 points moves left on the board. A little bit of Aji on the right side. P Patari. So black can play here. Then Atari. Then Atari push. Wow. This can become dangerous. And on this push, white should play some double Atari. Then black will link under and destroy more points than connect. So actually, black can take away the profit on the right side, but it doesn't matter. White is still way ahead, so even with that damage, white will win by probably 10-15 points. Yeah, this Atari at b7, it's always white's privilege. So instead of blocking r5 in Gote, it's better to go Atari and then play another move somewhere else. So black pushed there just to prevent the Atari in center. That's a good decision. Oh, this move is not necessary. White can make an extra point like that. So if black plays Atari and then cut, nothing happens. Atari, then go down. Now we have the let's go. All right, and white sealed the deal. Well done. Even if it's not a big deal, it's okay to be able to keep the lead from the beginning to the end, and especially when it's a very comfortable lead like 20 points. Enjoy the review and see you next time.